Hi everyone, this is your Gemini reading for 1st through the 15th team, and I am Valerie with Serenity Matters 7. Thank you for tuning in. As this is a general reading, please note that it will not apply for everybody. So remember the motto, if it don't apply, let it fly. I did a lot of shuffling before I started recording, but I will wrap that up. I'm working today with the Witch's Tarot deck, my brand new deck I'm very excited about. Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan and the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. So with that in mind, I'll go ahead and shuffle. Okay, so the card covering you is the King of Pentacles. Crossing you is the Ten of Pentacles. Crowning you is the Five of Wands. Beneath you is the Page of Swords. Behind you is the Star card. Before you is the Nine of Wands. The card representing you is the Knight of Swords in reverse. The Nine of Cups is your environment card. The Queen of Swords is your hopes and fears. And the final outcome card is the Tower card. Okay, so let's get started. And I do apologize, I've got allergies because I'm breathing. So this card here is the Ace of Swords. And this card is kind of our little summary. We'll be referring to that as we go through. But the Ace of Swords, this is air energy. This has to do with triumph, victory, success, a new opportunity coming in, something that really excites your mind. Could be communication, email, snail mail, text message, phone call, any of that. But this has to do with a new opportunity or a new beginning, something that you feel really good and really triumphant about. This is positive energy, right? Note the hawk here up in the ground, also a good symbol of the air. Keen vision. And when he sees what he wants, he swoops in and grabs it, right? Timing is everything. This is someone who's not going to waste an opportunity. So this energy is really about going for it. You know, you see your opportunity, you go in and you do this thing, right? All right, so let's see what we got. The card covering you is the King of Pentacles card. The King of Pentacles is somebody who is a benevolent person, well-grounded, very well-grounded, in fact. Somebody who is a self-made person, someone who has their material life taken care of. They have a house, they have a job, they own their own business. They're very financially successful. They are fertile, whether that's literal in the sexual sense or just in the ability to make things happen. Pentacles energy tends to be kind of slow-moving, slowest in the deck, but because of that, it's really stable as well. This is somebody who sticks around. And if this energy is not you or your partner, this could be, say, a boss, a manager, somebody like that, or a father figure, somebody that you respect a great deal. The King of Pentacles could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, although it's more about the energy than the literal sign of that. So if this represents you, since you're a Gemini and air sign, either you have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy in your chart, or you're simply a well-stabilized individual, you know, home, family, career, and that sort. Reinforced in the Ten of Pentacles. This is the ultimate family life, right? This is the happy family life. You got the couple in the background, the golden retriever dog. You've got the house in the background. Not a tiny little shit shack either. I didn't mean to swear in these videos. I apologize. The baby, you've got the elder teaching the baby. The baby can be literal or symbolic of new ideas, new ventures, things that you want to do, and the ability to apply wisdom in helping grow your new business opportunity. Again, this with the King of Pentacles here, this is really sound, really stable dollar, right? This is the person who plans for the retirement. They don't just live from paycheck to paycheck, all right? It's a mature energy when it comes to your house and your household. Crowning you is Five of Wands energy. And in here we see these dragons and they look uptight. Let's just put it that way. They don't seem really to be working together. They're more kind of the Bickersons, right? They're fighting each other instead of cooperating to make what they want happen. Like, this is completely unnecessary. This is kind of that energy of bickering. So in spite of this happy family energy over here, maybe it's the case that somebody's not quite getting along, or you're kind of thinking about that maybe there's something that you're not feeling good about. You want to challenge your partner, but you've been afraid to say anything because, maybe you've been holding back because you're afraid it's just going to get into some kind of a fight. Even not a fight, but like an argument, or words will be addressed. Some people really hate conflict. So maybe you're thinking about saying something that you feel uncomfortable saying because you think it's going to create a challenge in the home. And this is really supported by the card that's beneath you, which is something you already have, which is a communication, right? A communication energy. This individual here is, well, he's got his sword raised, but he's saying something. And the page represents immaturity. Could possibly be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius person. Someone likely to be younger than you if you're an adult. And sometimes younger people don't exactly know how to put things in a way that's tactful. So it could be that you need to address something in your home, but you think that it's going to start some kind of a bickering argument. Pardon me. So be careful about your communication and what that means. When we tie this back to the Ace of Swords, it could be that there's a big change that you're trying to make, an opportunity you want to seize, and you're afraid that it's going to create worry and strife in your family right now because you are doing so well. Sometimes change can be very scary to people. No, wait a minute. What do you mean you want to leave your job? You've been there forever and you have a big paycheck and all of that. What do you mean you want to leave your job that's stable on a whim? Just to try something brand new? You must be crazy, and that's not what I want to do because I'm afraid. So take it as it resonates. The card behind you is the Star card, and the Star card can be associated with Aquarius, and the Star has to do with following your destiny. This can be about soulmate energy coming in. This could be why you're having such a great family life, because you have been following your star. But remember, at sea, people follow the stars to get where they're going. The Southern Cross in the Southern Hemisphere, Polaris, the North Star in the Northern Hemisphere. But this really has to do with being guided by spiritual energy and forces to that place. Following your destiny and having spiritual help in manifesting. And you have been manifesting quite well. So whether you're aware of it or not, you have been tapping into your unconscious or your spiritual guidance on whatever level you do that, right? Beautiful energy, this in the past here. This is something that you now have or that's moving into the past, but it's definitely been an influence and has helped you move along your way here. But soulmate energy, following your spiritual guidance into something that is good for you. Now, the Nine of Wands is an energy that is to come. And when I see this card, I think of the Five of Wands again, and somewhat the Page of Swords. The Nine of Wands card that we see here, this is an individual who has been at battle for quite a while. And here she is the victor of that battle, but yet it was an exhausting energy to get there. Now this person's triumphant. We see the sun setting on the battle scene. She still has these wands right here at her back in kind of a protection. They almost remind me of the walls of a fortress, like those old ones that you see on Westerns that are made of like lodge poles, basically, and then strapped together somehow. But anyway, this person has succeeded, but this is kind of a wounded warrior energy in spite of the triumphant look on her face. But she really did win, or he, or whoever, right? If we're thinking about or making rough communications, we probably are going to be having this challenging energy in here. But you will be the victor of that. But be careful that it's not an empty victory, right? Is it worth it to upset the peace and harmony to get what you want if it means that there's going to be this big struggle and this big challenge to do it? So be very, very cautious here what you're doing, what your intentions are. The card representing you is the Knight of Swords, but it's in the reverse, right? In the upright position, this is very fast-moving energy. This is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Again, it represents you. This is you, fast-moving energy, with your sword drawn, battle armor on. This is not looking like such a little conflict to me anymore, frankly. I'm questioning some new opportunity coming in here, maybe a fellow Gemini or a Libra or an Aquarius, or someone like that who's intellectual, or some new idea or a business endeavor, something like that that you want to do. But somehow in this energy, it seems to be coming out wrong. You be coming off like a jerk to some people. Now, your environment card is the Nine of Cups. This is about material success, but it's also a solitary card. This person's alone. She's got 9 cups at the table. Material success. This is, in a sense, a wish card, but where are the people that are going to be drinking and eating at this banquet with her, right? Now, this is a self-made woman, person, entrepreneurial person, etc. So again, we tap back into that energy of that king back here. This person loves what she's doing. Loves what she's doing. So is your delivery that rough? Maybe you need to soften your words a little bit. Are you being kind of abrasive? You know, you're allowed to set an appointment. Like sometimes I remind people of this. Like they're struggling with some issues, and they wind up having a discussion or an argument with somebody, and everybody's getting hot, everybody's getting angry, and it becomes uglier than it need to be. When you start to notice you're getting upset, you have every right to say, you know what? I'm getting upset right now. Why don't we come back to this tomorrow at 3 o'clock and have this conversation? Or whenever that works for you, when you can go to your separate corners, you can both process your emotions to your best friend or privately or whatever in your journal, whatever you need to do, let it out, and then reconvene the next day or at some agreed upon date and time. So you're not neglecting the issue. You're not disrespecting the other person. But, you know, when we're in our emotions, our logic gets shut down. So we have to be super careful that we're not being unnecessarily cruel to the people around us because we're trying to win a point or make something happen. You know, we do have to be careful about that because we are going to have to live with them the next day. So there's that. Now, the hopes and fears, here's the Queen of Swords, right? The Queen of Swords. Again, with the air energy, this is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius woman, right? In the position of hopes, this person's somebody who's intellectual, they're clever, they're smart. This is a woman on her own. Like, the queen kind of implies the partnership with the king. And again, same sex is fine too. It's not about the sex of the person, the gender. But she's somebody who can hold her own regardless. She's also a very cautious person. You'll notice she's beckoning and she's got that sword raised at the same time. She's got a tall crown on. That's about lofty ideas and ideals. She's got helpers. She's got little pixies over here, at least one. There's a bird over here, but I can't tell what it is. My eyes are not what they were. But anyway, she's on top of that mountain with the high viewpoint, the lofty viewpoint. She can look down on things from kind of an eagle's eye view, the way we saw back here in the Ace of Swords, and say, I've got a good vision for this. I kind of know what's going on, right? But maybe this is somebody that you fear in the same way, right? Then again, could be who you're hoping to become. Because if you are the Knight of Swords in reverse, this is fast-moving energy, can be somewhat immature, but very brash. She's somebody who's in control. Her passions don't consume her. The Knight of Swords still has a lot of that. If we look at him in the upright, look at the cloud storm going on here. Even his horse has armor on his face, probably so that this idiot doesn't smack that thing down on it. But you get where I'm going with this, right? And while this can be a good communication, a solid communication coming in very quickly, very soon for you, in the reverse, it's either a delay of the upright Knight of Swords energy, or it's that this person is being very brash and very, they are not controlling their words, and there's some, you have to check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know what I mean? If this is somebody that you want to become, you really have to reel some of this stuff in here. And you've had good energy in your past, so it's not like you haven't had good judgment or wisdom or any of that sort of thing. Now, some of you, this have to do with If you have a soulmate coming in who's this King of Pentacles here, if you've been with somebody and you've got this new person coming in, this new communication, or somebody found out about a communication, just be super careful, right? Because there's battles ahead, right, as we're trying to do. And the reason I'm pointing this out now is because of your final outcome card. Here's the Tower. And the Tower has to do with the destruction of things that were built on your ego. So what does that mean for you? Is that business? Is that romantic? Is that your home-based partnership or not? On one hand, you're stable, and on the other hand, you almost seem reckless, or if it's not you, there seems a recklessness around this energy here that I'm really questioning. And there's a lot of air, a lot of swords. We got the Ace, the Knight, the Queen, the Page. That's like 4 out of 10. That's, well, 11 technically. That's pretty big. 2 major arcana, the Tower and the Star. It could be that some love is coming in and you're finding that you have to uproot that. But are you being as delicate as you can be, right? If this is something that you need to do, because your wish cards come in here too. Whatever it was, you were wishing upon a star for something in your past, and that wish is being fulfilled. But there's something that has to be cleared before you can move on with this. So, interesting reading, Gemini. Interesting. Whoops. Excuse me. This thing's on the charger, right? And so I grabbed the plug because that makes sense. At any rate, be very, very careful, because sometimes how we put things, how we address or discuss things, how we paint that picture has a lot to do with what it looks like. You know, is it the beautiful painting at the DIA, or is it the picture of Dorian Gray that we've got going on? That's kind of a weird metaphor, but whatever. It's the best I can do off the fly. So let me let me shuffle our Goddess Guidance Oracle cards and see what kind of wisdom or guidance we have going in here. But yeah, definitely there's a clearing that's coming. You're clearing something out because some new opportunities come in that you really feel excited about. And it's almost like you don't really, whatever this old energy is, you're very interested in getting rid of that, whatever that means. So just be careful you don't burn your bridges behind you. You know, you never can tell. I've heard 2 stories about people smashing windows and slashing tires and ripping up people's leather jackets and stuff like that because they had a bad breakup. I mean, I've really met some psycho people. So, but whatever, that's part of the job. At any rate, I don't mean as a tarot reader, right? I'm a therapist. That sounds worse than I meant it to. I really do love clients. I meet some amazing and beautiful people, and they certainly, every last one of them teaches me about who I want to be. That's no joke. But let's see if Spirit has any recommendations or guidance to provide for Gemini for the month of August 1st. Well, the month of the 1st through the 15th, Dean. Okay. All right, so I've pulled Isis. All right. And Isis is to do with past life. Past life. Okay. This situation involves your past life memories. The message from Isis: your roots upon this planet are strong and deep, and some of the roots have anchored you in past memories from faraway times. These roots have anchored you so deeply, in fact, that you're paralyzed when it comes to moving forward. I've called your attention to this condition so that you unearth and uproot past memories. Sometimes you bury those memories to shield yourself from psychic pain or embarrassment, so you won't remember those awkward moments when life tested you to the maximum. Reveal those lessons to yourself now, strong sorceress, and move forward with the confidence that you have sage wisdom behind you. Various meanings of the card include get a past life regression to gain insights and answers. Anxious, maybe that's a Freudian slip, right? Ancient fears from a past life are surfacing right now. Maybe there is some anxiety in this reading. I really picked up anxiety in Taurus. Wow. Ancient fears from a past life are surfacing right now. You've known the person you're inquiring about in a past life. Your current situation relates to a childhood issue. Isn't that the truth? Oh, gosh. I don't mean just for this reading, for you individually. So much happens to us in our childhood, and we can't even begin really to even understand. the impact our childhood has on us as adults. Sometimes we really, really struggle to cope as adults, not knowing how much of our childhood baggage we're bringing along with us, and how it can contaminate or bless depending on our experiences and those around us. But how much it can potentially contaminate us as we're trying to make our way through adulthood. So there may be some self-examination that can happen here, but for sure, be kind and gentle and soft to people. We can still be very firm and get our point across. We can still do that and be gentle and loving at the same time. Sometimes people feel afraid to tell a child no, for example. No, we're allowed to say that. We're allowed to say no. We have to teach boundaries because without boundaries, we would all kill each other. We really would. And that's part of life, is we're teaching, no, this is where you end and where I begin. And, I have my own rights for space and privacy and other things as well, right? But, maybe some self-reflection might help you in determining how to approach a situation if it's uncomfortable. If you do want to make some dramatic changes in your life, say you want to leave a job, leave a business, even leave a relationship, spend some time going within and determine how best to communicate that information, that you not leave a trail of broken hearts behind you, or increase the anxiety in people around you who already have anxiety issues. Just try to be gentle to yourself, to those around you, because it's all the same. You will have less stress in your life if you're able to approach the others in your life in a way that's less stressful for them. So if this reading resonates for you, great. If not, hopefully next time it'll be better. I'll be back for the next readings. But thank you so much for joining me today. I have a lot of love for each of you guys, and I'm really, really grateful for your time with me. If you feel inspired to do so, please like, share, comment, or subscribe. And until love you guys. Bye now.